welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back again today with a pick a card reading for you. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, I just want to thank you so much for your presence here. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for your kind comments to me and to each other in the comment section. You guys truly make this a beautiful environment to be in, and you help me to make an inclusive space. So thank you so much for being here. And if you're finding yourself upon this channel for the very first time today, we would like to welcome you to our community. Please join us. Pull up a chair, subscribe to the channel, get yourself a cup of tea and some snacks, and we'll have a bit of a chat because we're all friends when we gather at my table. So today's pick a card reading topic is, what do you need to know right now? What does Spirit want you to know right this second? We do have 3 piles for you to choose from today from the blue decks. We have pile number 1 with the purple flower and the black obsidian. We have pile number 2 with the pink flower and the rose quartz. And pile number 3 with the yellow flower and this green adventurine. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, just know there may be a message. I wanted to do that, but you couldn't see it. There may be a message waiting for you from Spirit today. Again, our topic is, what do you need to know right this moment from your guides, from your angels? What are you struggling with? What message does Spirit have for you right now? I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Hello everybody in pile number 1. You are drawn to the purple flower or to the black obsidian, and this is your reading. What do you need to know right now? What do your guides and angels want to talk to you about? What message do you need right now? We have 7 of Swords. Ooh, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we do have the Devil. So we have Earth energy here. We have Capricorn, specifically some air energy as well. Oops. What do you need to know right now? The Tower. The 9 of Cups. And we do have the Magician here. The back of deck energy is the Temperance card. And we do have the Knight of Wands. So there's already a message coming through here about how you've been through a lot, but there is this fear of change, a fear of chaos in your life, a fear of not having security, kind of overhauling this message. The Temperance card is about leveling off your energy, about feeling peaceful, about reaching a level of balance in your life that maybe was missing in the past. And the Knight of Wands, urges us to charge into that and to kind of, it encourages us to allow ourselves the space to be patient here. The 7 of Swords with this Tower energy is just screaming that I'm scared of change. And it's like, I can't be honest with myself. I know that I need change. I know I need to walk away from things that are taking away from my security, taking away from my health as well. There is a overhauling sense of something holding me back. It could be some sort of addiction. It's something that's very alluring, that seems great on the outside. Sometimes it makes you feel really good at first, but it actually is very disruptive. It actually is disruptive to your health, perhaps. It's disruptive to your coin. It's disruptive to your balance. And it is something that we have to be honest with ourselves and really take a look at things in our life that are not serving us. And these can come in a lot of different forms. Addictions come in many forms: codependency, physical addictions to substances. But whatever it is that you're struggling with that you aren't really being honest with yourself about, it's time to take a good hard look at that, and it's time to be honest. We do have the Magician here. He wields the power over all of the elements, and he is here to remind you of the power that you have to overcome these things that are holding you back from getting the stability that you want, from having your dreams come true, from having the security that you want to feel, financial and otherwise. And we really see a beautiful message here with the 9 of Cups, that your dreams are at your own fingertips. Your dreams can come true if you could just be that driving force in your own life to make that change. And there is kind of this like a hard lesson coming from Spirit that is saying, nobody is coming in a physical sense to take you away from this substance or whatever it is holding you back. No one's coming in to take you away from that. You know what it is deep down. There's an intrinsic knowledge about what this is that's holding you back. Some codependency, it could be a relationship. But the fear of change is unfounded in a sense, because it's the only constant we can really depend on. The only thing we can truly control in our life is this ability to react in a certain way to that change. And it's our reactions that sort of propel our energy and propel our future through this momentum that we're creating. But there's a stagnancy with the devil, and the magician is telling us that we have to pull ourselves out of that stagnancy. Let's get some clarity. What do you need to know right now? It is about being honest with yourself, though, is what Spirit it paramountly wants to say. Temperance again. This has been a change that's been needed for a long time for some of you as well. And it is something that will lead to you leveling up in life. It's about you taking control of a situation, you being a leader and armoring yourself for this battle that might occur when you want to pull away from something. And there is the reminder that when you're pushing yourself out of a comfort zone, you're going to feel uncomfortable. And be almost happy with that discomfort, because it means there's growth there. It means that this is change being forced, and that's a beautiful thing. The Emperor armors himself against that vulnerability. You know, he doesn't show his emotions. He doesn't allow himself to be rattled. And on the other side of this, perhaps maybe a long road towards a recovery, there's this beautiful ascension. It's you kind of leveling up, overcoming your difficulties so that you can be a beautiful, shining example to other people as well. And I do feel like some of you will become that example. There's a message too coming through, and it's pretty specific. I don't feel like it's for everybody, but there's a message too that if somebody's dealing with an addiction, they may level up to the point where they will become a counselor of some kind in that field. So take that as it resonates. What you need to know right now. Victory is yours. Victory is yours. 6 of Wands. And sometimes it is about faking it till we make it, is the message coming through too. We have the Death card. Squashing our insecurities to create. We have the Hermit reversed and the beautiful Sun at the back of the deck. I love that. Knight of Swords. Beautiful Sun energy at the back of this deck with the Knight of Swords reminds us that we have to charge in, even if we don't know how or what's waiting for us on the other side of that. We have to charge towards our own happiness, and we have to take advantage of our own happiness, and we have to take advantage of our opportunities when they present, because we truly are the only ones who can elevate ourselves. Nobody can do these things for us. There is this worry here about falling back into old habits. There is this fear of what if I don't make it? What if I reach this level of success and then I fall back into this habit that I used to be in? There's a fear of that here. But the Hermit is such a beautiful card about inner wisdom and seeking that inner wisdom you know to be true. And there's a sense of being confident in your ability to push yourself through obstacles and to push yourself through these fears of a relapse, perhaps, in this sense. And again, addictions, whatever tethers us, it can be many, many things. It doesn't have to be one specific thing that holds us back. We have the Death card here, and you can even see this Emperor's taking charge, going after what they want. Some of you, all you have to do is deal with your insecurity. That's what the Devil represents, is insecurity. And it's about you pushing through towards your abundance, taking your ideas and forging a fruitful future for yourself. And really pushing down that fear, forging a change, pushing down the fears that are not truths. Because fear is from a place, it's not of a place of love. There's no truth in fear. So it is about taking a stand in your own life and saying, you know what, I'm done here. Let's get some advice from Spirit for you. What do you need to know right this moment? Whoops. Why? It's a beautiful self-reflection. It's almost like I feel like 12 steps or something with the Hermit reverse. It's like I'm worried about falling into relapse. You have to break down all of these reasons why you have avoided making this ascension in the past. You have to break down, what led you to this point. And that's all a part of the healing process. We do have two cards coming out, the Blessed card and the Chaos and Conflict. The Chaos and Conflict is the Tower for me as well. And it feels like I don't know what's on the other side of it. It feels very scary. And because the change feels scary, I feel like I don't want to create that change. I'm worried about what it means for me. I'm worried that I'll never be able to go back. But the Blessed card reminds us that to kind of overcome these negative feelings, and again, that sense of being out of your comfort zone, to bring yourself back to a place of peace, to remind yourself what's happening in the here and now. What are the truths for the here and the now? The past doesn't matter. The future doesn't exist. It's not a thing. So what can you be grateful for right this moment, and how can you feel good right now? It's about taking a step every day towards your goals and being patient with yourself and understanding that sometimes in this progression, in this ascension, you are going to fall backwards a little bit. But it's like the sense of a slingshot. You are going to be maybe taking 2 steps forward and then 4 steps back, but you're going to be flung backwards, and the tension will propel you forward into this beautiful future because you are overcoming these huge obstacles. And there could be setbacks, is what Spirit is saying. There could be, but back of the deck says unfinished symphony. You're not done. You're not done in your journey. You're not done in your life. You're here to learn. It's like we're away at university. We're all away at sleep camp. And, it's like one long letter we're writing back to mom and dad. This is what's going on. This is what I'm learning. Renewal. It's a brand new beginning for you. A brand new you. In truth, a brand new you. And recovery, I love that. I love that for you. Recovery. Back of the deck is perfection. There's this ideology here that we have to be perfect, and we have to, all these perceptions that people have of us in their minds, that we have to rise to these perceptions. And some of you maybe do that too much. You care about people's opinions too much, when in truth, no one knows the real you inside. Because you're fearful of allowing that to happen. And if you're really, really struggling with something, understanding, again, the message, you are the key to your own recovery. You can do this. It may seem difficult. It may seem insurmountable some days, but taking baby steps and remembering, keep telling yourself you're a slingshot. Just because it feels like you're going backwards doesn't mean you're not going to shoot forward. Career transition for some of you. That's the obstacle, this insecurity to level up and to take a leap of faith. We did have the Knight of Wands here about charging into a new beginning, into new ideas. So for some of you, you're having a career change and you're going to be overcoming your insecurity to do that. Courage. Be courageous. Stand up for what you want. And get outdoors to ground yourself. It's a great way to connect with your energy. Advice, please, group 1. What do they need to know right now? Hummingbird spirit, be here in the now. So important. Be here in the now. Turkey spirit, give with gratitude and grace. And then we have the trust in divine detours. Trust in the process. There is a perfect plan. It's working itself out in its perfection. We do have the back of the deck as the flamingo spirit saying, encouraging you to embrace this in between, embrace the period of change, embrace the growth, embrace the healing, embrace the recovery. Let's get some messages from your guides and angels as encouragement here. What do you want group 1 to know? What do they need to hear right now? We have a bunch coming out. Whoops. Okay, so back of deck already is we see all of your pain, but we have lots of messages here, so let's start there. All right, you need this dramatic change. This is very important for you to level up. This is a part of your story. It says people change and things work out. Don't be too concerned about what other people's expectations are of you, or having other people realize, what your future looks like to you, or kind of revealing your truth to people, because it doesn't matter. They will, if they want to be a part of your life, they will accept you. A dark past doesn't lead to a dark future. A reminder, again, with this back of deck energy of unfinished symphony, you're not done. Just because things in our past, we look at them with shame or regret, there are no such things as mistakes, and you have gained a lot of knowledge through these experiences. You can't change the world unless you change first. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the heavens to open up to create this perfect moment? Because we create those perfect moments. We have wipe your face and straighten your crown. Who do you belong to? You know, we get caught up in these ideas of roles and expectations of us, but you are a beautiful drop of light from the creative source. You are here to experience this human world. That's what you're here to do. And so we're gonna do things that we think are mistakes, and Spirit's still gonna verge you towards your higher purpose. Believe in what you're capable of. And remember how loved you are by Spirit and by the people in your life that you think are going to judge you the most harshly. We also have, we hear your soul screaming out for help. We've heard it, that addiction, this insecurity, this whatever is holding you back is not you. It's clouding up you and who you really are. Charm Bull, please, for group number 1. What do they need to know right this moment? Whoops. We have the King of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the King of Cups here. So the King of Swords is this character of intelligence and using his logic and leadership capabilities to really push him towards happiness. There's, for some of you watching, there's a beautiful relationship on its way to you, and it could be a soulmate relationship with the King of Cups. But it does show a partnership forming and being emotionally vulnerable and being able to work with people and be emotionally vulnerable in that way. To use what you've learned and what you've gained through pulling yourself out of these insecurities and allowing and sharing that information and that knowledge and wisdom with other people. So it's a beautiful type of leadership that you're going to be in charge of at the end of the day in the future. Something fell on the floor and it was this pearl. We have the cat, Leo energy. Also us, independence. Don't worry about being independent. Don't worry about feeling isolated a little bit. You can work in secret. You can grind in secret. You can make your coin in secret. You can do all of those things in secret. Other people don't need to have their opinions in what you're doing. Weakness is a choice, and you versus you. This is an internal battle that we're talking about. We do have the marijuana charm here, so some of you could be facing difficulties letting go of a substance that you know is kind of holding you back. We have the infant Jesus of Prague in the bowl as well. So Catholicism, there could be some sort of ideology towards a strict religious upbringing. We also have the cross. There could be children involved in your life as well, so take that as it resonates. We have the anchor. It's like, how did we get here? How did we get stranded in this place? How did our life, when we have such wonderful intentions, lead us to this spot? And that anchor reminds us that we don't have to stay there. We can haul it up. We do have pearls of wisdom. You are gaining that right now. And it is a gift, the present. We do have the bow here in the bowl as well. The present is a gift, and we should treat it accordingly. All right, group number 1, that is what I have for you. This is what Spirit wanted you to know right this moment. If this resonated, I would love to hear about it in the comment section. I would love for you to subscribe to this channel and join our little community here. It's filled with so many wonderful people. You will not be sorry that you did. I hope that you come back and visit me, though, on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care. Hello, everybody. In group number 2, you were drawn to the red flower or to the rose quartz, and this is your reading. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What do they want to communicate with you? My stones are fighting me. What does Spirit want you to know right now, group 2? What does Spirit want you to know right now? We do have the Ace of Coins with the Queen of Wands coming out. I like that. What the Spirit wants you to know right now. King of Swords. This is the Tarot of the Divine, a beautiful deck. Clarifying the Ace of Coins. Clarifying the Ace of Coins, please. We have the Five of Wands. Clarifying the Queen. Oops. I am just all silly today. Okay. We do have the Magician reversed. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Clarifying the King of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune. Back of the deck, here is the Strength card. So we do have Leo energy on the back of the deck. So you could be a Leo. We have the Seven of Swords reversed underneath that Strength card here. So Leo energy on the back of the deck, and you can see that person is really struggling to reveal their truth, struggling to kind of unmask the truth within here. The Seven of Swords reversed on the back of that deck, it really talks about quitting, stalling out, quitting, not kind of pushing through these obstacles. And there are some valuable opportunities on the way to you. Ace of Coins really represents something valuable, something coming in, an opportunity that's about to be presented to you, but it's not without its feelings of competition with the Five of Wands. It sees you pushing through obstacles though, and it's the wands, especially the Five of Wands, Seven of Wands, it really talks about obstacles that you can push through. You can do that. It's difficult, and there are times again where you may feel like quitting, because you feel like sometimes like my energy is being wasted. And I don't know if you're starting a new opportunity or you're trying to start up a business, but there's this sense of like, I'm wasting my energy. I'm wasting what I'm doing because I'm not seeing the fruition. I'm not seeing what I want to happen. So I feel like some of you have even like started channels or YouTube channels or started some sort of new endeavor in 2020 that you wanted to see come to a bigger sort of finish line than what it's kind of happened right now. There's been more competition than what you thought, or there's been more obstacles than what you thought. You thought this was going to be a very, maybe an easier road than what it's been. And there's this sense of like stopping and quitting and not pushing through these obstacles. But the beautiful Strength card on the back of your deck is encouraging you to do just that, to keep pushing. The reason why you're feeling so uncomfortable, the reason why you feel so unsettled is because you have stepped outside of a comfort zone. Of course you feel uncomfortable. This means it's working. This means that the universe is looking at you like, who are you? I don't recognize this new person. So I'm going to give you this discomfort. I'm going to make you feel this way because I want to see if you're going to quit. And 95% of people do. And that's the problem is, oops, that's how we start looping into these patterns, these terrible patterns that don't allow for growth. And that's what Spirit is warning you against right now. Don't quit whatever it is you have started. If you've started some sort of inspired new business or something with this Queen of Wands, she is an entrepreneurial type of spirit. She is leading the charge with her thoughts and ideas, and she is very creative and artistic. But sometimes that Queen of Wands gets herself so worked up because she really represents somebody who, yes, has drive, has determination, but when she gets disappointed, oh my gosh, the volcano in the background, it erupts. She blows up, and maybe she comes down very quickly, but it's still, your energy kind of has this, it's like if something goes really wrong, it's like, I'm going to quit right now. And if something goes wrong tomorrow, I'm going to quit right now. It's like, I want to quit every time I'm reaching a obstacle. And that's what a lot of people do. They fall back into their old habits. They fall back into their old patterns. And the universe says, okay, that makes sense to me. That's the energy you were giving me. I recognize you again. Here's more of that. And that's not what we want. And that's why you're feeling uncomfortable. That's why you're feeling like quitting. That's why these obstacles are kind of popping up, because the universe is saying, okay, what are you going to do now? Are you going to change up your energy? Are you going to shift into, it's almost like creating a new personality for the universe to deal with, because then they have to rise to your level. When you step through that discomfort and you come out on the other side and you sit in that discomfort and say, I'm okay. It's like somebody trying to overcome a phobia. Your therapist will ask you to sit in that discomfort, to remind yourself over and over, I'm okay. I'm okay. I still have my great ideas. I really have no competition. And that's the other message coming through, that you feel like you're in competition, or there's just so many people maybe trying to do what you want to do. Spirit is saying there's nobody in competition with you. You are fighting against yourself, and it's about you pushing through this wall to gain what you want. Success to one person looks different to another person. And on the other side of all of these feelings, we have the beautiful King of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, encouraging you to take a higher perspective, encouraging you to be a leader from a logistical and logical point of view, instead of being a leader from that passionate point of view, which serves you well and which has brought you to this point. And you can't help it. Some of you are Leos. You can't help it. But it's about rising above that and trying to gain logic through those moments of insecurity, through those moments of fear, and bringing yourself back down to center, pulling yourself back down to the present moment so that you can look at the thing logically and say, you know what, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to let everybody get the better of me or my insecurities get the better of me. I'm going to push through, and I'm going to create the life that I have imagined for myself. And the Wheel of Fortune shows that. This is something fated for you. This is a good move for you. The Wheel of Fortune talks about something that is divinely guided, and it talks about sudden turns of events. So if you've been struggling, if you've been feeling like this coin hasn't multiplied as much as you want it to in some cases, you are about to see a turnaround, but it's about pushing through. It's like that comic you would see a long time ago where two people are digging in a pit and one person gives up, but they were an inch away from success. You know, they were an inch away from success, and it's at that peak of discomfort, and that's when you have to push the hardest. Let's get a bit of clarity. I feel like I didn't breathe through that entire spread. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Woohoo! What does Spirit want you to know right this moment? We have the Chariot coming out. So yeah, they're saying, you know, this is your decision. And the Chariot is a mover and a shaker. It's Cancer energy. Somebody that drives forward with drive and determination. Six of Pentacles. And we do have the beautiful Moon card here as well. Let's clarify, please, that Chariot energy. We have the Page of Swords. The Strength card again, very strong Leo energy here. So you could be a Leo for sure, but you don't have to be. It still signifies the strength within. Wheel of Fortune again, love it. I love it. Back of the deck is beautiful Star. We do have the Three of Pentacles here too. So you could be collaborating here with people. I see a foundation being built up, and that's what Spirit is saying to you, that you have to expect a foundation phase in these endeavors all the time. Nobody's success happens at the same rate. Stop comparing. Oops, sorry for the wobble. Don't compare yourself to other people anymore. The Star card on the back of the deck, that beautiful star energy, Aquarius, talks about keeping our hope and our faith and our expectation of success. And, you know, with the Chariot, with the Knight of Swords here, I think I called him the Page earlier, the Knight of Swords here. Oh no, this is the Page of Swords. He is about clarity and about seeking truth and seeking education and learning as much as you can. So it really does speak to learning as much as you can about whatever it is you're endeavoring upon, and armoring yourself with knowledge in that sense. Armor yourself with knowledge about what other people are doing. Instead of comparing yourself, arm yourself with as much knowledge in that field as you can so that there is no competition. It's about being a student of life and charging into opportunities as they present as well. Keeping it forward, a forward momentum. Again, the message, not giving up. The Six of Pentacles with the beautiful Strength card here for the second time here. I love that. It's telling you that things are going to level off very soon. You have to just keep pushing, taming all of that fear that's inside of you. The Moon with the Wheel of Fortune, your insecurities, your fears, everything that lies under the surface of what you want to accomplish in this situation. There's a sudden turn of events that's going to turn everything around. So you just have to hold out. Don't quit. I know that some of you are very, very much on the verge of that, very much on the verge of quitting. Spirit says it's a terrible idea. You are just an inch away from happiness, an inch away from success, but they want you to expect that this is a foundation phase and to act accordingly. We have the Orphaned card. You feel very lonely in this fight. You feel like it's a very hard struggle that you're taking on alone. There's a quote going through my mind right now too, that if you're not planting the seeds, you're working on the growing conditions. And that's really talks about the foundation as well. If you've planted the seeds, now it's time to work on the growing conditions. You have to keep the soil moist. You have to keep those weeds out of there. And the weeds are those insecure thoughts that are, you know, stopping the growth. We have thinker, time to sink inside of yourself, kind of that Four of Swords energy, to meditate, to self-reflect about what you want, about what the future looks like, and then also to kind of really clarify these feelings of insecurity and fear. We have Yang at the back of the deck. This is the divine masculine energy, and it really talks about your inspired thought that you charge forth into the future with. This is your divinely guided idea, your inspiration, your business, whatever it is you're pursuing. This is this idea that you are throwing into the universe, and it is powerful. There's power inside of you, and to never forget that. What do you need to know right now? Complacency. So nothing changes if nothing changes. A comfort zone. You hear all these cliched things. A comfort zone is a wonderful place, but nothing ever grows there. The reason you're feeling so uncomfortable is because you stepped beyond that point. But there have been points in your life where you have felt complacent. We have guilt coming out too. And some of you have a guilt associated with movement, of becoming more, of stepping outside of the confines of the expectations of others. And it is a reminder too that you don't have to rise to the expectations of other people. How people think you should be is not really your responsibility to worry about. We have the grief at the back of the deck. With that eight, and I'm sorry to laugh, I'm not trying to laugh, but I think of myself because I'm a Leo and I'm exactly like this. I get myself so worked up so quickly. I become enveloped in despair. It makes me think of Anna Green Gables when she says she's in the depths of despair. And, you know, Marilla tells her how terrible that is, because it means to despair means to turn away from God. And that's true. It's like you're turning away from the light. You're turning away from this hope and potential that God promises is yours. So it is about kind of seeing past the envelopment of that emotional response and to see the hope that lies there, to look above it. What do you need to know right now? Healthy lifestyle, eat a healthy diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly to maintain optimal health. And some of you aren't looking after yourselves. Some of you need to address, you know, things that you're eating, things that we get I emotionally eat all the time. You know, it's like that sense of security, but that needs to be addressed because that's just bogging you down, because we have prosperity. Prosperity is coming in for you. Your material needs are provided for as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. And then on the back of the deck, beautiful message from Spirit that you are overcoming difficulties. The worst is behind you. You are surmounting previous challenges, and you're gaining so much wisdom along the way of this ascension that you'll be able to share with others. When other people are kind of in your position years from now, you're going to be like, you know what, I did that. This is how I overcame it. We have the Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. You have a sudden turn of events coming in this situation that you're kind of worried or thinking about quitting on. Sudden turn of events is right around the corner, so be ready for it. Be playful, Sandpiper Spirit. Be present in the present moment. It's a gift. That's why it's called a present. Let's get some words of encouragement from your guides and angels. What do they need to know right now, Spirit? Open your arms to receive your abundance. Ask, and it shall be granted to you. Remember that you are divinely loved by your guides and angels, by your ancestors. Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. So beware of people that, you know, there's that sense of competition with the Five of Wands, a sense of maybe people coming in trying to take advantage of you. So beware of that. Don't look backwards anymore. Love is on its way to you. And the important thing to remember that even though this really feels like a sort of career or like some sort of passion project that you're bringing forth or starting up some sort of business, It's a reminder that we do elevate our energy through these pursuits, and it kind of bleeds into other areas like our love life. You're about to expand your horizons. I heard travel, but I know we're in lockdown. So future could hold travel for you when that opens up. Ask and it shall be given to you. But reach out for help when you need it. Seek a mentor, somebody who has forged ahead of you. That's why you're doing what you're doing, so that you can embark this wisdom on other people eventually, but you can seek out a mentor for yourself. You're about to fall in love. I like that. Back of deck says we can see things clearly. Even if you can't see the forest through the trees, you can be confident that it is still there waiting for you. That clearing is still, oops, this came out attached, so we're going to grab the little heart. It's a beautiful reflection of love and comfort and home. My daughter made that for me when she was small. She's now almost a teenager, but when she was little, she liked having me around, and she made me this little heart. We have the 3 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Wands, and we have the 9 of Swords. Foundation phase. You feel like you are due already. That 9 of Wands really talks about, I've been holding post, I've been working at this for a long time, I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do, and I'm still not seeing what I want to see. It's frustrating, and it's bringing you a lot of anxiety. I feel like you're losing sleep too. Remember that a foundation phase is important. If you're not planting the seeds, you're working on the growing conditions. So don't lose heart, don't lose faith. You're very close to putting those wands down. Beautiful sun rune. The sun rune promises happiness, success, joy. We have the bell. So you guys might be starting some sort of communication type of business. So take that as it resonates. It just feels very uplifting type of message or something. We have the shamanic feather. I heard TikTok. I don't know why I heard TikTok, but I did. I heard TikTok. We have Leo in the bowl. We've had Leo all over the place here. Looking at things from a higher perspective. We have I love my dog. And we do have the wishbone here with the rose. And the wishbone and the rose remind me of St. Teresa, because I did get this after praying for her for a while. And it really talks about gifts coming in from heaven, opening your arms to receive those gifts. All right, group number 2, that is what I have for you. If this resonated, I would love to hear about it in the comment section. I would love for you to subscribe to this channel, join our community here. Please check out my links below. But mostly I hope that you come back and visit me here on another day at the Tarot Cottage. I hope you also have a wonderful day. Take care. Hello everybody. In group number 3, you were drawn to the pretty yellow flower or to the green aventurine, and this is your reading. What does Spirit want you to know or need to tell you right now? What do you need to know right this moment? Group 3. So we have the 4 of Pentacles here coming out. What do you need to know right this moment, please? 7 of Wands. And we have the 6 of Pentacles. So let's clarify that 4 of Pentacles. What does group 3 need to know right this moment, please, Spirit? What message do they need to hear? The Ace of Cups. The 8 of Swords. And the Temperance card. The back of deck is the Queen of Pentacles. And we do have the Moon. So I'm going to just get a little bit of clarity here, just for that Ace of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Back of the deck is this Emperor as well, so I felt like showing that off. Okay, so what does your spirit guides want you to know right this moment? We do have the Queen of Pentacles on the back of that deck, and there's this sense of fear of security, perhaps. There is a real deep sense of caring about what other people think of me as well, with that Queen of Pentacles. She sits on a pretty comfortable throne, but sometimes she cares a little bit too much about what other people's opinion is to her. And I feel like in the past there's been this fear of movement. And for some of you, it's concerning love. For some of you, you have obstacles to push through in order to sort of push through your own fears and insecurities. But I see you leaving your securities behind you. I see you pushing forward. Some of you, it's really concerning your job. It's concerning your financial situation, because there is this a fear of lack, a lack mindset that is really in place here in the past position with that Four of Pentacles. It's like, I'm worried about losing what I do have. I'm worried about, you know, what the future looks like. There's a sense of protecting somebody's ego as well, which is why I feel like there's a sense of not wanting other people to know about my insecurities or know about my position in life. But we also have here the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is a valuable opportunity that's coming in for you. And it's going to show you, it's about to help you push through any obstacles. It's going to be so encouraging. Some of you, it's a love offer coming in. It's an encouraging love offer that is showing you what is possible for the future. It's raising your vibration. It's giving you a hope. For others, this is a financial move that's asking you to kind of push through and take on a leadership role. It could be a change in job coming in for you. But the Six of Pentacles shows with the Temperance that it's been a long time coming. This leveling off, this peace that you're really looking for in your heart has been a long time coming, and it's coming because you're pushing through the insecurity that lies within you. And the Eight of Swords represents those man-made prisons, those mental entrapments that we convince ourselves of. Like, I'll never fall in love, I'll always get my heart broken, I'll never be abundant. All of these mental traps that hold us back, it's like we have to ignore them. This Five of Cups specifically, you know, it talks about regret from the past, but in this card, this person won't even listen to it. It's like even other people are like, well, you should be feeling bad about this, that, and the other. They're like, I'm not listening. I want to focus on my 2 cups that I do have. And this is like a new outlook for you. And when this card first popped out, it did come out in the reverse position, but I flipped it. And when it's in the reverse position, it does show a new outlook coming. And with that Ace of Cups, it's very fitting. It shows you walking away from insecurities, walking away from uncertainty, and towards your goals. Because this offer coming in, again, it's like switched messages, because we are talking to the collective here. But for some of you, it's this beautiful, abundant love offer that is going to kind of give you a new, more emotional start. For others, it's you taking on a leadership role in your career and really leveling up and pushing through obstacles to gain momentum there, to put yourself in a position where you can be really generous with other people. I see you working really hard to do that as well. Very hard work, grounded energy. This Ace of Cups is coming when you least suspect it. For some of you, it's almost already upon you. And it's this sudden turn of events here that's coming in for you that's going to help you push through these current feelings of lack or these current feelings of restriction. The Temperance card reminds us that what we want is coming to us. It's just we have to understand that it's about the journey there. You know, you can see this long road in the background, and it's winding. It's not a straight path, but there's adventure and excitement to be had along those hills. There's laughter to be had along the way. It's not to forget to stay present and happy in the journey to get where we want in the future. It's like we always think that, oh, I'm going to be happy when I weigh this much. I'm going to be happy when I have this job. I'm going to be happy when I have that house. And we forget that you don't know how to be happy if you don't practice that every day. You know, this sense of these, our life being lived in these giant events or these giant pivotal moments. That's not how it goes. It's about the moments that lead us there. And there's so much magic to be held in those moments. And sometimes we're blinded to that because we're so focused on the struggle to get to the finish line that we don't appreciate the journey along the way. And we let those insecurities really rule us. They rule our decisions, they rule our present moment, and then that kind of takes shape into the future. So let's delve a little bit deeper here. What do you need to hear right now, please, Spirit? What does group 3 need to hear right now? Not too many. What does Spirit need to hear right now? Group 3. What does group 3 need to hear right now? The Empress. Divine feminine energy, abundance, so much abundance. Six of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. So you are building up a solid foundation right now, and you're moving into calmer waters. Again, for some of you, it's very much emotionally based, home based, like these emotional, the Empress represents a lot of love, the divine feminine. Moving into clearer waters and starting to build a foundation with someone that you really care about. And it's about, again, it's a long journey, and to enjoy that ride with this person, to gain everything you can from that connection on this trip of abundance. For others, it's starting a foundation, walking into calmer waters and building up your business, but realizing that it is a foundation phase and these things take time. So if you're not planting the seeds, it's about looking after the growing conditions. Six of Pentacles again. The Hanged Man. Whoops, the Queen of Pentacles again. So abundance, security waiting for you. And that's what Spirit wants to remind you, that you can rest assured that what is owed you is going to come to you with this Queen of Pentacles. She gets what she wants. She is this matriarch. She, you know, everybody kind of bows to her. King of Cups at the back of the deck. The King of Cups is this emotional security, abundance, and love. He can represent a soulmate coming in as well. So I feel like there's going to be emotional abundance for you in a physical place and emotionally speaking, because there's going to be pride associated with what you've accomplished, but it's also going to raise your vibration and allow other wonderful things to come in. So if it's love coming in for you, that beautiful vibration will help to increase your coin. And if it's coin coming in for you, the heightened vibration there will help to usher in more love. It's just a wonderful sort of conglomerate of energy that snowballs into a beautiful future for you. Six of Pentacles again underneath that Empress. And with the shark imagery, it reminds us to be aggressive when we are called to be aggressive, and to take these offers as they come. Don't hem and haw over the offer. Don't act like a big shot. Grab it. You know, I heard this expression once by this woman. She's a Christian minister. I heard her online, and she said, "I'm a spiritual pig. I'll take whatever I can get." And I love that. I love that. I didn't necessarily subscribe to all of her ideology, but I love that expression, "I'm a spiritual pig." And I've used that a couple of times to God. I'm like, you know what, God, you know me. If you want to give it to me, I'm going to take it. So be a spiritual pig in that sense. Take what's owed to you. Be aggressive when opportunities present themselves, and just take them. The Hanged Man here is a call for us to kind of surrender to the divine, surrender to the process, surrender to this journey that you are on, and really sink into that with a kind of comfort and a knowing that what is owed to you is coming to you. He also reminds us sometimes, though, that we do have power in our situations. And when we feel stuck like this, you can see this bird is hanging upside down. When we feel stuck like this, it usually is a self-imposed placement. We can come down from there whenever we want to create the change in our own life. And we have to be those caveats for change in our own situation, because nobody else is going to come in and do that work for us, that internal work, the shadow work that has to be done. But ultimately, Spirit is saying, push through any of these insecurities, anything that's holding you back, because you have abundance waiting for you, emotional and otherwise. What do you need to know, group 3, right now? What do you need to know? What do you need to know? We have time for a nap. This card's been coming out a lot lately with the moon imagery, because I feel like there's been a lot of insecurities moving into 2021, because 2020 was such a crapshoot. Nobody really knows what to expect, and insecurities are kind of rampant. But it is a reminder to us to sort of allow ourselves to meditate, allow ourselves to sink into the unknown, take a time out to just reflect upon what you want, and not to lose hope. Unfinished symphony. So much potential exists inside of you. You are not done yet. That which holds you back is not the end of your story. It's like you're a book. You are creating the story as you go. You are the major player. You're not finished. And whatever situation, whatever obstacle that you need to push through, you can push through, and you will. We do have Treasure Island on the back of the deck. A reminder to us to go with the flow. The turtle reminds us to be patient in that journey, and to kind of, it's like the Padre Pio quote that says, pray, hope, and don't worry. Set out your expectation into the world and then expect God to rise to that occasion. And he usually does, if it's for your good, if it's towards your own ascension. He really, he wants to be good to us because it's like being good to himself. And that's a beautiful thing. Isolation. There are times when you may feel very lonely in your struggles. There are times when you feel like you've been waiting a long time to come to the party, in a sense. Recovery as well. There is value in that loneliness. There's value in that isolation. It's okay to work in private. It's okay to not have other people know your business. And that's really what's speaking to me right now. Don't let other people know your business. They don't need to know what's happening. They don't need to know what's going on. The recovery card, Spirit is saying you are at the helm of your situation. You are, and you knew this was coming on an energetic level. You created this in your chart before you came down here. So this sense of recovery, you are the key to open up the new doors in your life. There is this reminder too that your life will expand to the proportion of the courage that you show. You have to be the one to put the key in that ignition. It's like that old game show where you would win the car, but you had to be able to, even in your excitement, how excited you were, you had to have the mental fortitude to be able to start the car. And I can remember watching this one woman, she had like something like 10 seconds to start the car, and her excitement wouldn't allow her to do it. She couldn't start the car, so she lost the car. She couldn't be the key to her own success in that moment. She couldn't push through this change that was thrust upon her. And it is really our reaction to situations that forge our future. It's the only thing we can really control is our reaction to a situation. We have crystal clear intentions. Be clear about what you desire and then have unwavering faith. Focus upon it. We have nurture. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important right now. Addressing things from the past that are holding you back now. Addressing childhood traumas. For some of you, you are parents yourself, with this Queen of Pentacles showing up multiple times. She really reflects somebody who is taking on a lot of responsibility. She's the head of a household here. But the back of the deck says overcoming difficulties. The worst is behind you. You are surmounting any previous challenges. What do you need to hear right now? What do you need to know right now, Spirit? We have the Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery. And then we have two more coming out. Sweet results await, the Bee Spirit, and you are never alone. A sense of encouragement from your guides and angels. Again, that sense of going with the flow too. The sense of going with the flow with the Whale Spirit and expressing yourself when you feel called to. This Bee Spirit gives me a sense sometimes of a self-sacrifice. And with the Queen of Pentacles showing up multiple times, as mothers, as caregivers, sometimes we do sacrifice a lot of ourselves for others. So there is a message here with the Empress to not isolate ourselves in that way, to care for ourselves the way that a mother cares for her child, because you have to care for that inner child inside of you. So if it's difficult for you to care about yourself, and I know that sounds weird, but some of you will completely understand what I'm talking about. If it's difficult for you to truly value yourself, picture yourself as a child. If you're a parent especially, picture your inner child. Have a conversation with that person and say that I want to look after you. How can I do that? And then care for that inner child the way that you would care for any child. And in that way, you're caring for yourself in such a profoundly loving way. And you're creating a lot of healing within yourself, that self-recovery. Spider Spirit at the back of the deck, make your dreams come true. The spider reminds us that we weave our own future. We weave our own destiny. Our thoughts, feelings, and intentions are so powerful. Let's get some messages of encouragement from your guides and angels. Oops, almost lost it. Take some time to recharge. Self-care with that Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. You're too practical. You take too much time to spend on other people. Time to reevaluate what you want. The crystal clear intentions. You are manifesting financial abundance. Let us take your worry. And I look down automatically to the Otter Spirit here because it's a beautiful reflection of spirit in general. When you think you're floating along the rivers of life, Energetically, you've got these beautiful otters. All of your guides and angels are all linked up together, holding hands, taking that river trip with you. You needed to hit rock bottom so that you could teach others how to rebuild. The answer is yes is coming out as well. So if you have a specific question you've been asking in your mind to Spirit, that answer is yes. You are very intuitive. Trust this. Your future involves travel, and I know I'm going to get a ton of messages down below like, how can I travel? I'm in lockdown. That's the card that came out. I don't know what to tell you. You have survived 100% of your worst days. That means you have a 100% survival record. That's pretty good. You should feel pretty confident with those kind of statistics about what you are capable of overcoming. And some of you have overcome a lot. So it's a message you need right now, Spirit, please. 10 of Swords. The ego, letting go of things that it has become transfixed upon. We have the Temperance and we have the World. So it's time to let go of everything up to this point that has left you feeling destitute or sad or less than. And it's about being patient with yourself along that journey and realizing that step by step, you're creating this beautiful life. You're creating this beautiful story. It's not about the end of the day, but what is waiting for you is success overall. The world is about happiness. It's about closure. You are on the right path, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, so we do have this hand with the pentagram in the middle, and we do have the you are very intuitive, plus we have this shell. Makes me think of the High Priestess because of the secrets that are encoiled in the tip, and she sits upon information she knows to be true. She sits on inner wisdom. So you could be somebody very intuitive. Maybe you read tarot, or you're somebody who is works very closely in the spiritual realm. So take that as it resonates. We have L, we have V, could be initials here. We have, let's see what this is, a dolphin. The dolphin spirit, again, being playful in the journey. Don't forget about how happy you are allowed to be in the now. You don't have to just be happy when you're a millionaire. You can be happy now if you only have $5 in your bank account. Sometimes we have to look at the perspective of the now. We do have a bunch of bananas. Seek out mentors and friends to help you when you're feeling low. We have I can, because you can. You can do anything. We have the whale. And we had the whale spirit coming out for you as well. Trust in the beautiful mystery that awaits you. Trust in the beautiful adventure instead of fearing it. But also it's about expression coming up around, the whale will drown. We have this silver dollar from the Calgary Stampede in 1982. And it was given to me by my mom because I was born in Calgary. And I always thought it was something really I thought it was like a gold doubloon. I thought it was so precious that I looked after it even as a child all these years. And it really speaks about how things that are precious to one person, dreams that are important to one person, aren't important to other people. So it's about perspective and focus on your own goals instead of looking outside into other people's windows. Okay, group number 3, that is what I have for you. A message that your angels and guides wanted you to hear right this moment. A message meant to find you. If this resonated, I would love to hear about it in the comment section. I would love for you to subscribe to this channel. Please join this community that we're growing. It's filled with wonderful, wonderful people. Please hit the like button, hit the notification bell. It helps me to bring lots of more content to you. But mostly I hope that you come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I also actually wanted to mention very quickly that if you're interested in a personal reading with me, the link to book me is below through Etsy, but if you go there and it is booked up, I have been booking very quickly. I do repost the listings at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so check back if you're having a difficult time booking, and hopefully we can get you booked in. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Thanks for joining me.